Welcome to the Saints That Serve podcast,
where each week your hosts dive
into the crossroads
of faith, culture,
and the unknown.
Christ is Lord,
and the kingdom is now.
We are
the Saints That Serve.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 55 of the Saints That Serve podcast.
Hey, welcome, everybody.
Hey!
Welcome to spooky season.
It is spooky season 2025, spooky season 2. What's some other clever ways we can introduce this? Episode 55 of the Saints That Serve podcast, the beginning of spooky season. We did this last year, and now we're doing it this year.
We're doing it again. We're going to try and take it a little bit of a different approach, though.
Yeah.
And talk about different stuff.
Yeah, instead
not the
of
exact same things.
No, we're going to talk about the same exact things.
Okay, so trick-or-treating. No.
All right, so scary movies.
Yeah. No, if you guys need prayer, reach out to us. We pray for you every Friday.
Every single Friday. Except for this Friday.
What?
Where we double down and do it extra.
Yeah. No, but you can reach out to us through social media, or you can email us at saintsthatserve@gmail.com, or you can message us through the link at the bottom of the description for this episode.
I checked. It's still there.
It's still there. And actually, any episode you go to, you can go to the description. There's a link at the bottom of it, and it will take you to a messaging to direct message us.
Mm-hmm. And if not, you can also send us snail mail now.
What?
That's not true. Send that to 123 Fake Street, Alabama.
I think you mean 1620 Pennsylvania Avenue.
That's right.
Washington, D.C.
Why do I feel like we've made this joke already?
Because we're trying to get all of our mail sent to the President of the United States.
That's true. I think the last time we made that joke, we had a different president.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We should make a spreadsheet and figure out how many times we've made that joke.
And then keep making it, though?
Yeah, and keep on making it. And every time we make it, it goes on the spreadsheet.
Okay. Everybody be on the lookout for the
joke spreadsheet.
The address joke spreadsheet.
All right. Well, what are we talking about tonight?
I was going to say, before we do, did anybody tune in to the Kingdom Hearts episode that was last week?
I know of at least one person that did.
Who was that?
Our dearly beloved Joel.
Nice.
He listened all the way through.
He might be the only one.
The moment that he finished listening, he called me and he's like, "What the heck, dude?" I was like, "Yeah, kudos to you for listening, man."
Wow. Because we talked about it. I don't remember if it was on recorded or if we talked about it afterwards, but we said that as long as it gets more than 10 views, we'll be happy.
Yeah.
And last time I looked, it was at 6. So
yeah. Yeah, his feedback was there's so many names that it was hard to keep track of what's going on.
That's
because of all the names.
That's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
There's so many names. And there's so many names that I did not mention or talk about in full capacity. The reason why I brought it up is I wanted to apologize. I was editing that podcast episode, and there's so many things where I got confused at me talking. Like, what was I talking about? What the heck? Like, there's so many details where I'd be talking about something and then get on my tangent and my rant, and it just wouldn't make any sense. Like, what is going on in this episode? And I'm the one leading the episode. So
yeah,
I love Kingdom Hearts, and I get really passionate about it. So if there's a takeaway from that episode, it's that I really love Kingdom Hearts, and you should go try it out because of how passionate I am about it.
Did you know that, this is totally random, but did you know that Dragon Ball Z did a crossover special with One Piece and Toriko. All three of those animes did a crossover.
Toriko.
I guess it's another anime.
What does the character look like?
He's like red shirt, buff, got like 3 scars on the side of his face, I guess.
Do you have a picture? Just, hold on. Just let me move around the table and look. Oh. That's the dude from Fist of the North Star, I think.
Or is it Toriko? Toriko?
I've never watched Fist of the North Star, but yeah, there's a lot of odd Dragon Ball Z crossovers and stuff like that.
Well, I just thought it was interesting. I watched it today, but it was, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z, Toriko. And I was like, and it was exactly what you expected it to be when you've got the 3 powerhouses of these animes fighting the same enemy together. You're like, well, the enemy doesn't really stand a chance. And so it was what it was. It was a quick 5-punch knockout of this, like, apparently.
Especially with one of these characters can knock out the villain in one go.
Exactly.
And now you have all 3 of these powerhouses.
All it was missing was Saitama from One Punch. And it would have been done.
Yeah. The problem with, like, these crossovers things, right?
Yeah.
Like, especially with, like, Marvel crossover with DC or Hulk versus Wolverine or all the, that kind of stuff is like, your heroes are never going to lose. They're always going to have some sort of tie.
Yeah.
And they're going to end up going up against whatever started the fight in the first place, who instigated the fight. That's just, any kind of crossover story is never going to end with one winning and one losing.
Yeah. Well, they were all working together, so.
Then they should have been fighting. That'd have been more interesting.
Well, they did fight, but then they did a cop out of it and made it where they all equally lost. And a third random guy just happened to be at the right place at the right time and won. So.
You mean a 4th random guy?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. A 4th random guy. But it was funny. Anyways, let's get into our main topic.
All right. So, Tyler, this is your spooky transition into. Just cut off the Busters part. That worked fairly well. Try again. There it is. Hey.
We did it.
We're talking about ghost in general.
Do it, lady.
Like at a hospital, ghost in a general hospital.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, yeah, we're going to talk about it. You know what I found interesting? The article that I was checking out, it says 20 of the most haunted places. The first one was New Orleans.
Do you think that is because of tourism that they advertise that?
Well, I know that that's what they do for Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
Like they advertise it as being like haunted.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how the ranking works.
Yeah. Who goes out there and says on a scale of 1 to 10, how haunted was this? That was a 6. And then you go to Savannah. That was a 10.
Yeah.
And I think that is a testament to my opinion on Ghost. And I think that you're going to agree with me on this. I don't believe in them. I'm sorry. They're not real.
Okay.
I love that pause of an okay.
Well, no, I think that they're real. It's just, it's not what they're projected as.
All right. We're going to I'll make that statement right now and differentiate between ghosts and demons. The way that people see ghosts in the traditional sense of this is a person who was alive.
Yeah.
And now after they died, they are now on planet Earth as a spirit.
Yeah, that's not real.
Wandering. That is not real.
I don't agree with that.
When we are talking about ghost in the traditional Hollywood horror movie, whatever.
Yeah.
They are not real.
Or even like in a psychic reading.
Correct.
I mean,
but when you're talking about spirits, right, are real, spectral entities, demons,
yeah,
that kind of stuff, that is real.
Yep. And I think that's where we need to break the paradigm because every ghost hunter series you watch, they're always trying to figure out why the ghost is left behind or why is it wandering around or like why did its spirit get left in the mortal world. So that's why everyone puts that idea to it. Like, oh yeah, it's the human. It is that human. They're just left behind and they're here to haunt us.
And how can we help you move on?
Yeah, exactly. How can we put you to sleep or whatever?
Yeah. put you to rest.
Put you down.
I'm going to put you down, ghost boy.
Put you down.
But no, like in those ghost shows, if there is something actually physically there, I believe that it is a malice entity manipulating the situation.
Yeah.
Because look at it like this, how beneficial would it be to demons and the enemy, right?
Yeah.
To create the illusion that your loved ones are still here.
Well, and I know that there's going to be a strand of people that are going to make the argument that demonic entities or spirits are the ghosts of Nephilim, the fallen children of angels breeding with humans, if you swim up that pond.
Ponds don't have connection.
Oh, sorry, if you swim up that stream. Yeah, that's dumb. Hey, did you swim to the top of the pond?
Yeah, I swam across that whole puddle.
Yeah. But that's the argument, is that demonic spirits on our world currently are the spirits of the deceased physical Nephilim creatures that are the offspring of angelic entities breeding with human women.
Mm-hmm.
So you could make that line of argument where, yes, it is a spirit that's left behind. Its mortal body is dead, but its spirit is left to wander the earth. If you draw those lines. But either way, I think we're approaching it from the place of ghosts are a demonic presence. They're not the spirit of an individual human.
They're in no way, shape, or form affiliated with someone you cared or loved or cared about.
Or owned the house that you bought. They owned it 100 years ago, and now you've bought it, and now you've got this unwanted roommate that's a spectral.
Mm-hmm.
That's not...
Which, if it was that, wouldn't you want that out anyways? Why accept it?
Well, I don't know why people do what they do, but
because my train of thought and where I was going is a lot of people, they don't want to let their loved ones go.
Yeah.
So they create these scenarios. Oh, they are absolutely here. And, when my mom was alive, she flipped the light switch on and off as she left the room. And now my lights flicker on and off.
Yeah.
She lets me know she's here. No, that's manipulation. If it is that actually what's going on, it's a demonic manipulation.
Yeah.
I'm 100% of the opinion that it is an entity getting in the way of you and God.
Yeah. If you go to Job chapter 14, verse 12 says, "So he lays down and does not rise till the heavens are no more. People will not awake or be roused from their sleep." And sleep there, they're talking about death.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going to, just pop up, or their spirit's not going to rise up and just wander the earth. Ecclesiastes 9:5. "For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten." What else do I have? Isaiah 8:19. "When someone tells you to consult mediums and spirits who whisper and mutter, should not a people inquire of their God? Why consult the dead on behalf of the living?" So I should have used that one later on when we got to that point. But
pull up Deuteronomy 18:10 through 12.
Deuteronomy 18:12.
18:10 through 12.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. This is the New International Version.
The NIV.
The NIV. "Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, or casts spells, or who is a medium of spirits, or who consults the dead. Anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord, because these same detestable practices the Lord your God will drive out those nations before you.
So, I mean, and that kind of goes back to it, and it's always goes back to this in our conversations about evil things. It's witchcraft if you're attempting to communicate, which it says right there, don't do it.
Well, and I think that's why we need to make the clarification of these ghosts, these spirits are demonic, and that's why that would be a reason God is saying it's detestable.
Mm-hmm.
You're consulting and you're seeking guidance or counsel or clarity from demons, from the opposition to God.
And the only spiritual consultation you need is God.
Exactly. You should seek from the Lord. I mean, the verse I just said, the Isaiah 8:19. When someone tells you to consult mediums and spirits who whisper and mutter, should not a people inquire of their God? Why consult the dead on behalf of the living? So it's that idea, like, regardless of what you think, because I know people are going to bring up the story of Saul seeking out the medium, or I guess she's a necromancer.
The Witch of Endor.
The Witch of Endor, which can we just say, I mean, that is a very like
Star Wars
sci-fi name.
I mean, Endor is in Star Wars.
Yes. But it needs to be reversed because it was in the Bible first.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying the name Endor was in Star Wars. Doesn't mean it was first.
Yeah.
But within that, I'm of the mindset that it was actually the ghost of Samuel, right?
Come on, don't be crazy.
Oh, maybe I will be crazy. I think in that moment for Saul to see that, I think that the witch didn't ever actually bring forth Samuel, or that if he did, God allowed it in this instance.
Yeah, it's hard to say, like, did God just...
I don't think it was an illusion from the witch.
Well, but did she bring up a spirit, but God ordained how the spirit was to speak to Saul to bring that final judgment upon him?
Mm-hmm.
Or did God allow the spirit of Samuel to be awakened to bring a final judgment on Saul? I don't know. I lean towards the other one because even these demonic spirits, they have to take the dictation from the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get to make up their minds. They're only permitted to do what he permits them to do. And if he demands them to do something or commands them to do it, they have to do it. So if she summons a spirit and it's the spirit, is it actually the spirit of Samuel, or is it, a spirit that takes the personification of Samuel? Don't know. And I think that it can be read both ways is the problem. Like, it's not super clear either way.
Mm-hmm.
What's clear is that Saul perceives that it's Samuel, and the spirit gives a judgment on Saul that you're going to die tomorrow, you and your sons, and the kingdom will be given to your neighbor. So, yeah, he didn't get anything good out of it like he wanted.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, is rather than seeking the Lord, you see Saul like reaching for anything. He already knows that he's been cut off from God. Like, the Spirit of the Lord has left him. And so he's trying anything to get some confidence in what's going on. And so he seeks to, like, well, if I could just get Samuel to encourage me,
I'll do it.
I'll do it. And so because the passage makes this point, they go to find a medium or a necromancer, even though Saul had cast out all the necromancers.
And that necromancer's like, hey, you're Saul.
Yeah, well, because when then they come to ask her, she's like, well,
Because he came disguised.
yeah. She's like, Saul cast all those people out. That's not allowed. And they assure her that you're not going to get in trouble. Like, just summon who we ask you to. And so she does. And then she freaks out and she's like, "You're Saul. You lied to me."
Yeah, because, I mean, and I feel like that kind of proves my point a little bit because she's surprised that she does it, right? To some degree. She was like, wait, I can do this?
I don't know if I don't interpret it that way. I don't interpret that she's surprised that a spear comes up, but she's surprised at who it is.
Oh, I see.
Because, like, these are the guys who cast out all the people who are practicing necromancy and divination. Samuel and Saul are the two who cleanse the land of it. And here she is, one of them's fleshly before her, asking to summon the spirit of the one that's already passed away. So, yeah, I think when it's made clear what's going on, she's like, "What the heck? You deceived me."
Mm-hmm. So, but you know what you do when you have a ghost?
Yeah. It's like the secret boss. You know what I mean?
You don't have that song, do you?
No, I don't.
Oh, dang.
That would have been funny.
Behind the curtains, we're prepping to be DJs at a wedding. And we had a really cool song that could have fit that moment. Secret Boss, but it's on the other machine.
Yeah. But, yeah, that would have been funny.
No, I'm trying to get you to press the Ghostbusters button.
Good enough.
I will say, speaking of ghosts, like that's a pretty good movie.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, so what are some, what are popular ghost experiences for people? Obviously movies.
Movies, I think when you're talking about the attraction of haunted houses,
Yeah.
right? Like the theme park version,
Yeah.
those aren't really ghost related. I mean, they might have ghosts in them, but it's usually more monsters. So
Yeah.
I guess an actual, like you said earlier, Savannah or New Orleans, going on ghost tours, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think the fascination probably stems from, a religious aspect on things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that there's two veins to that. There's the ghost touring,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the ghost hunting, where people hear about a haunting or a spectral presence. And so they go with their equipment to figure out if it's real, what's going on, the TV series,
Yeah.
Ghost Hunters and stuff like that. And then, ghost tours, we go to these cities that are like one of their things is like, oh, we're the most haunted, whatever. Come and check out our ghost tours where we tell you about all the different ghosts that haunt in all the different areas.
Mm-hmm.
So
I used to watch those shows a lot, but they'd also terrify me when I'd watch them.
Oh yeah.
So like an idiot, I'd be sitting there like, I'd be hooked. But I'm like, this is so scary.
Yeah.
And then I can't stop watching.
Oh my gosh.
But like, I kind of started seeing a pattern to where a lot of those were very Hollywood, where it's like they'd talk to things and call out and all this stuff. And it's like they'd be trying to listen back on a radio and it'd just be faintly as some sort of static of like, hello,
Yeah.
back type stuff. But it was always like, no, they just picked up on like a radio station channel and it was Adele singing, hello, like.
Yeah. There's a podcast I listen to. They have a record. One of the hosts went with a friend of his that does like the ghost hunting stuff and has the equipment, and their equipment picked up a ghost saying something or an entity saying something. And when they listened back to it later on, they discovered that it was saying the podcaster's name. And that's why it was so freaky, is they didn't realize it in the moment. Like it was like freaky, like, oh yeah, we caught something. We caught it saying something. But then the aftermath, realizing it was saying his name.
And then you find out his name is John. And there's 30,000 different songs with the name John in it.
Well, but that's what's crazy is it's his first and last name.
Oh, it says first.
And it is specific.
John Smith.
Yeah. But that's the thing is like, think about this, like the demonic resource, like is next to unlimited on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's very close. Like they've got an insane amount of resources to do whatever their agenda is. Now, they are not omnipresent like God. They're not everywhere at once. They can't be.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of demons out there, and it's not, let me clarify. There's not a demon under every single rock and behind every single tree, but there are a lot of demons that coordinate and work to figure things out and mess with people.
They're not like a stupid thing. You know what I mean? They're
intelligent.
They're intelligent. They're crafty, and they will do what they can to take you down spiritually.
Yeah, to confine you to the kingdom of the world, because that's where Satan rules. He rules over the kingdom of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And Christ has defeated him, but they're still here for a time until Christ's return. So they're doing what they can to control their space. And if someone's not walking in the light of Christ, then they're going to have authority over them. If someone's walking in the authority of Christ, they're going to try and deceive them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the deal. I think that C.S. Lewis does a pretty good job in his Screw Tape Letters.
Yeah.
Of kind of showing like, hey, there's almost a tactical essence to these demonic spirits where they're strategizing target, and they're picking up targets and they're strategizing how to take them down. So, you know, you could look at it in that way. But I wanted to talk for a minute about, I wanted to point out New Orleans, not Savannah, New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Before you do, I wanted to say,
okay,
going back on the like ghost hunting shows,
yeah, and
just haunted houses in general, like what's supposed to be haunted actual locations, not like a theme park attraction.
Yeah.
That stuff terrifies me.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go to like the haunted houses at the theme parks and I'll watch scary movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But because just to me, how make-believe that is,
yeah,
it's not that scary. But when you're talking about going to a location, you know what I mean? It's scary to me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to go to something like New Orleans or Savannah. I don't want to go on these ghost tours because that's when it feels real to me.
Yeah. To me, it's a unwanted presence.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can sense it and I can't quite explain it, but like I can sense the presence there and I don't like its presence there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So as a believer in Christ, walking in the light, like I know what it is to be in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
But when a dark force, when something that operates in the dark, like a demonic spectral entity, starts moving around in my near vicinity, I can tell because it's not of the light. It's of the dark. And so it does, like you can pick up when there's a spiritual disturbance in the force.
A spiritual disturbance in my heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just strangely ghost romance story.
Like that, what was that? My Boyfriend's a Zombie or whatever show.
iZombie?
I guess so.
Or Warm Bodies.
Warm Bodies. That's what it was called. I never watched it, but
it's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
It's dumb, but it's a good movie.
It's dumb. That's the opposite of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Fleshly, reanimated corpses with no spirit.
And then the spirit version. Are we just backtracking to Kingdom Hearts?
What? Yeah, I guess so.
The Heartless and then the Nobody.
Ghosts are just spectral zombies.
Yeah. No, physicals. Oh, yeah. You threw me off with that statement. Ghosts are or zombies are physical ghosts.
Hey.
That's what I thought you had said.
Fleshly ghosts.
Freshly ghost.
Fleshly ghosts. If you put them together,
you make a normal person.
Yeah.
That can be a series.
What?
Like a parody dating series. I'm looking for my other half.
Oh, literally. No, but okay, can we talk about New Orleans for a minute?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, because New Orleans tends to pop up whenever we talk about creepy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when we did the corner segment about vampires,
It was in New Orleans.
we spent most of the time talking about the New Orleans Vampire Association, which is still crazy to me that that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of voodoo that comes out of New Orleans. And I mean, voodoo, to my understanding, is just black magic. It's just like a Creole black magic,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Witchcraft.
Yeah. And then here we are. It's one of the most haunted places in the United States. When I Google search it, it's New Orleans.
Again, though, going
Savannah.
back to that real quick.
Okay.
On what metric are they measuring the hauntedness?
I think it's volume by stories, and then like how many locations are like claimed to be haunted
I see.
within the space.
So you're telling me that if I just start going and talking about it and pretending to be multiple people online, your house can be the most haunted place in America?
Sure.
Just by
Well, but I
word
think
of
that
mouth and
that-
reports and
No, because I think that they would just say that's one location. So it wouldn't be the most haunted place. See what I'm saying? Like New Orleans, it's in the top 3 because
But
it's
they
got
also-
multiple sites.
sure, but that's a larger area like New Orleans. But there's also like I don't remember where it is at, but there's like this hospital,
No,
abandoned hospital is the most like haunted location.
maybe. I don't know. I guess whatever gets the most attraction. But
Your house is going to be soon. Number 1 haunted location in the world.
yeah. Anyways, so yeah,
Sorry.
New Orleans, Savannah, Georgia, and then Gettysburg, Pennsylvania popped up, which is where the bloodiest battle. in
I
Civil
could
War occurred.
understand the logic on that, where all of these, like tortured people, war, all that stuff. Like, I could understand where if it was real, that being real, but I don't understand.
You keep on saying it that way. You got to say like if it's legitimately human spirits.
Okay, sorry.
Because it's real. It is real.
Right, demonic presences. But when we're talking about ghosts, in the mainstream way, if you ask somebody what a ghost is, they're going to say, in one way or another, shape or form, this is a person left behind. They're dead, but they haven't moved on.
Left behind.
Left behind.
With Nicolas Cage. I bet you guys forgot, but he did that. He was in the Left Behind movie.
He was Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, all played by Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah.
In the comment section, tell us, what episode am I referencing of the Saints That Serve podcast?
Yeah. Let us know. Anyways, yeah, so Gettysburg makes sense to you because of the largest, bloodiest battle in the Civil War
Yes.
occurs there.
Mm-hmm.
To me, New Orleans makes sense because of the sheer amount of black magic that's going on. It's welcoming demonic manifestation all the time.
I guess that's true.
So that's for me. So you're coming from the perspective, like if I agreed with the mainstream view on ghosts,
Mm-hmm.
Gettysburg makes sense. And on my side, it's, I don't agree with the mainstream view. However, with the spiritual presence.
Yeah, the practicing of that spiritual black magic, witchcraft.
Correct. It makes
welcoming in all these spirits.
Yeah, when you welcome all these different spirits in to guide you, direct you, to make you, then it makes sense that there's going to be a lot of hauntings,
Mm-hmm.
Or deception of lost spirits roaming the earth,
Mm-hmm. I mean, I believe that place would be a place too, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It just like it just feels weird where why would, when I think of New Orleans, I think of Mardi Gras, all that stuff. It just kind of like, for a lack of a better word, and this might upset people, a city of sin, right?
Yeah.
Why would demons hang around a place that they already have a hold of its main audience?
Well,
Do you know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, and the answer to that is they're of the darkness and they reside in the darkness. They don't like being exposed by the light. So if the light is shining, they're going to be away from that because they can't overcome it. Christ makes that point that he will establish his church, which operates in the light of Christ, because Christ is the light of men, and the gates of hell will not overcome it. And so, you can interpret that, I guess, in a couple of different ways, meaning the gates of hell, meaning death, like death will not overcome the church because the church is eternal now. But another way you could also look at it is everything that has to do with death, meaning demonic entities, spectral aberrations, all those things that are of the dark of death, they can't overcome Christ's church. And so if you've got a godless area, godless things are going to be frequent. And New Orleans is a pretty godless place.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
And then Savannah, Georgia, just a lovely place to be.
Just absolutely gorgeous, Bob. Yeah. I'm trying to, but yeah, I that's my thing is I want to know what happened in Savannah that's causing all these hauntings apparently.
Right.
Like because like I said, Gettysburg, okay, we've got a massive battle that happens there. Maybe there's not a lot of church action going on there. And so demonic forces is playing off of that. New Orleans has had different things happen throughout its past, but it's also huge on black magic and voodoo. So what's the gist with Savannah?
Pineapple Dole Whip.
Pineapple Dole Whip.
It's of the devil.
That's at every port. Wherever pineapples get shipped, they have Dole Whip.
So
what are you trying to say?
Are you trying to say I'm wrong?
Oh, man.
I wanted to talk about this story that I saw.
Okay.
I saw a video on it where and I can't remember the rapper's name, but he was talking about an experience that he had. And to me, it's crazy, where he was going to go on top of this mountain to film a music video, right?
Okay.
And so, they had the whole crew and everything there. And some of the crew members had these really, really, really nice cars.
Yeah.
Ferraris and, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he said, I walked over to them and I asked him, where did you get these cars from? And he said that they said, oh, we got this because we worship the devil and practice witchcraft and black magic, and these were given to us.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's weird.
I think I've heard that story.
And so it gets even worse there. So he goes on to say, well, okay, that's weird, but whatever. So he gets back in the car, and this other guy's like, he starts to notice that because he showed interest to them, oh, I'd like that, just kind of joking around. I'd like these cars. How did you get them?
Yeah.
I'll do whatever it takes to get these cars. And then they told him, he's like, oh, that's kind of weird. But, he kind of backed off. And as he's leaving, another guy, they were leaving after the shoot. The rapper started to notice that they're not going back the way they came in. Right.
Yeah.
So he said, hey man, what's going on here? And he's like, he said the guy turned around and his face changed. He described it like his face changed like venom. And he said, we're taking you somewhere to get that car.
Dang.
Something to that effect, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, I got to get out of here. So he gets out of the car. He manages to get out of the car and runs. And he starts praying, I need a way out. I need a way out. I need a way out. He's not specifically praying to God at this point.
Yeah.
But he's like, I need a way out. I need a way out. And a mailman happens to come by and he's like, please let me just get in the back of your car. Let me get in the back of your mail truck. And, this mailman let him in the back.
Yeah.
And he said he got out of that situation. He says that, I devote my life to Christ now.
Yeah.
It's like,
I would.
Dang, just to be like, because he showed interest in these cars, all of a sudden that presence started making itself known, like, we're going somewhere else now with you.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah. Kind of played its hand prematurely.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah, I feel like I've heard that story. I can't remember what the name of the rapper is, but
and I'm not telling it perfectly. There's videos out there if you want to go hear his story, telling his story.
Yeah, dude. And that's the thing. The demonic forces, they can manifest in crazy ways.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we come back around to these ghosts. Like, it makes more sense that ghosts are a demonic presence that are just trying to distract or scare or distort people from the truth.
I mean, their best way to put it is their leader is the great deceiver, the greatest liar.
Yeah.
And it's like people have this perception that they are smarter than these things.
Mm-hmm.
They are stronger than these things.
Yeah.
And you're not. The only way we have strength is through Christ.
That's right. Which is a good moment to point out a verse, which is 1 Corinthians 10:21. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons too. You cannot have a part in both the Lord's table and the table of demons. So there's not I'll take a little bit from this and a little bit from that. It's either you are following the Lord or you are operating in the world. And so that's why Christians, we should we should refrain from divination, from tarot cards, from trying to access the dead, because, and seeking to be consoled or encouraged or whatever, because the dead are dead. It's not your grandma's spirit. It's not the spirit of your child. It's not the spirit of
your dog.
And I know that's kind of hurtful for some people to hear, but it's not. And the truth is there's demonic forces that do not care about your feelings, but they know you're easily manipulated by getting something from a spirit of your mom or a spirit of your grandma or a significant person to you. And they, like I said, there's a pretty good networking going on in the demonic realm, and they watch us. They pick up on our things like our birthdays or this happened in this time and it was significant to me and to this person who passed away. And so it's like, well, this is the ammo I've got as a demon. I'm going to use this to validate that I am the spirit of your lost grandma, and you can trust me in what I say.
They're going to come at you at probably a very low point, right?
Yeah.
Me and my grandma were incredibly close, that kind of scenario. And it's like, they're going to use these things that, you look out for. I miss my grandma.
Yeah.
And they're going to draw you in.
Yeah.
Because, that's what they do. It's an evil force that wants to drag you down with them.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about the demonic. They're not always looking to operate in a way that's necessarily like deceiving in a loving way, like where they're trying to manipulate your emotions. There is some that they operate straight up in fear, where they seek to be super carnal, super scary, and just attack to try and harm people. So this is a good time to get into the corner if you're good with it.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right.
So Tyler, this is your transition into the corner. Step inside if you dare. Shadows move, mysteries whisper, and the unknown awaits. Welcome to the corner.
So, what do you know about the Chickamauga battlefield?
Not a thing.
All right.
Learn me.
It is the second bloodiest battle in the Civil War.
The first being
Gettysburg.
nice.
So, Chickamauga is in Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a national park now, it's a park, state park or national. I can't remember which one. But the battlefield is there. It's massive green fields. But there is a spectral, well, not even a specter, an entity that roams the fields that has been dubbed the name Old Green Eyes.
I thought you were going to say Old Greg.
No, it's not Old Greg. It's not Canadian.
British.
Oh, right, British. I thought it was a Canadian stand-up
No, it's British.
group.
No, it's British.
Anyways, Old Green Eyes, it is a entity that roams the fields and the woods of Chickamauga. It has been seen by multiple people. It is what you hear. It is two green glowing eyes, and the description of the creature is like a long haired, like down to the waist, long raggedy hair, kind of a more lanky creature with a humanoid physique, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's something about its mouth. I can't remember if it's just like a long
It has
tongue or if it's sharp teeth or
it has an extra row of teeth.
is that what it is?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I've never heard of this, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
besides, whenever you said this is what we're talking about today.
Yeah. So it's been seen in the park, and the idea is that it feeds on the dead. And there's obviously a lot of dead at the Chickamauga. But there's also legends that go back before the Civil War from the different Indian tribes in that area. And they talk about it too. It's a creature that has green eyes that walks among the battlefield, consuming the dead. And there was a story I read of a guy, and this could be fictional story, but the idea is that he was driving, it was raining, it was dark, and he thought that he saw headlights, and as he got closer, it was two green eyes, and it was coming right at him. And so he swerved off the road last second because he thought he was about to play chicken, and he ran into a tree and passed out. When he woke up, passed out for a couple of seconds or whatever. When he woke up, this green-eyed entity, because it's not a spirit, like it's a physical manifestation that happened, that this creature jumps onto his truck and is trying to get to him. And it's got long, raggedy hair. It's got these green glowing eyes, no pupil, like just a solid green glowing eyes. And it's just a kind of like malnourished humanoid body.
It's just his ex-girlfriend on drugs.
Yeah, that's what it was. No.
Take me back!
But yeah, so it was trying to get to him, and he's freaking out, and he somehow gets out of the truck and runs off. Oh, because another vehicle's coming, the creature runs off, and he's able to get out, and it was park rangers.
Not your son.
Not my son. The actual Chickamauga battlefield park rangers. They saw his crashed truck, and so they pulled over. And he was telling them the story, and they were like, probably not. But that's the thing is, multiple people have come out talking about it, and people go to the Chickamauga battlefield to look for old green eyes. Most people, all they see are two glowing eyes. Some people see the actual creature, but most people say it's a ghost with green eyes that roam the battlefield.
It'd be really funny if it was just two really well-coordinated fireflies.
It would be funny. But that's where I get, because before we started talking about it, we were talking about the demonic presence, and some of them are aggressive and some of them are deceptive.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the example. Like, this is not a ghost. Like, it's not a ghost in the traditional sense. This is a demonic entity that's aggressively trying to harm people.
Mm-hmm.
and it's wandering about in a place that has a lot of death. So there's something about the Appalachian Mountains. Chickamauga is not necessarily in the Appalachian Mountains, but it's close. But there's something about it that has a lot of darkness in it. There's a lot of witchcraft that's practiced, a lot of black magic. And then there's a lot of sightings of these different entities and spirits and things that are all happening throughout the mountains. And it's weird. I don't know why. But it is crazy how, kind of like the darkness has strongholds and rural places.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes in big cities, because we talk about New Orleans, but in places where there's not a big population seems to be where the crazies that like to dabble in the occult will flock to.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, they invite these dark presences to be there. So anyways, that's Old Green Eyes. If anybody wants to comment on that or add anything to it, feel free. But just know that apparently there is a spectral entity with green eyes roaming in the Chickamauga battlefield. There's also apparently a headless
horseman.
Yeah, I think that's
Sleepy Hollow.
I think that's what they label it, though. I think they label it as a headless horseman.
I think a lot of people will come up with a lot of weird stuff when they're on drugs. So,
okay, but this isn't like every single person that goes and they have this encounter is on drugs. This is multiple people over decades of time.
no, what was it with the chupacabra?
Yeah.
We found out later on that it was pretty much that, and then just rumors spread.
I don't remember that. Was that what we decided?
I think so. Like
Oh.
It was the chupacabra. It was like one person reported it,
No.
and then the story and rumors took off, and several of the people claiming it were proved wrong fairly quickly.
Yeah. Oh, well, maybe then. I didn't rightly know.
So that's what that is.
Probably. But yeah, the ghost of the headless soldier, not horseman. Sorry.
It'd been funny if he was riding a horse.
Yeah, that would have been funnier, I guess. But it's the Civil War. It's not like a lot of people are riding horses.
Old General Lee was.
I mean, yeah, there's officers and
Colonel Mustard was too.
cavalry, but Colonel Mustard. Yeah.
Miss Scarlet was there too.
Miss Scarlet. I'll never go hungry again. There's also an event for Old Green Eyes that's hosted. It's like a festival. Old Green Eyes Festival.
Does everybody put in green contacts?
I guess. I don't know what the lure is, like why people want to celebrate it, but
Money.
it's there. Yeah, I guess it's the same reason why people do Bigfoot festivals and
It's just something fun to go
So-
do.
yeah. So that's all I've got. Do you have anything else you want to add for ghosts?
I do.
Okay.
Welcome, brave soul,
Come on.
to the only game where the fiction is creepier than the fact. In this haunted house of hilarity, you'll face strange sounds. Go ahead.
Come on, don't be crazy.
Oh, I was hoping for the fart sound. Mysterious shadows. And eerie encounters.
Do it, lady.
But beware, not everything goes bump in the night. Sometimes it's just bad plumbing. Welcome to Ghost or Not Ghost. So I'm going to give you a scenario,
Okay.
and you have to tell me if it's ghost or not a ghost.
Yeah, boy.
The lights flicker in your living room.
In my living room,
Yeah,
it's not a ghost. It's Dasher.
I'll give you a point for that one. Not ghost. Your roommate is blowing their hair on the same circuit.
Okay. Okay.
Now keep that answer and keep that mentality going forward.
Okay.
Scenario 2. Cold spot in your kitchen. Ghost or not ghost?
A cold spot?
Yeah.
Not ghost.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't know why a cold spot would be a ghost.
It is not ghost, but it's because Dasher left the freezer open.
Ah. Okay.
A strange figure in the corner of your eye.
Not ghost.
This time it is a ghost. Or maybe your reflection. You decide.
My reflection?
Yeah.
Oh, because there's a mirror?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the corner of your eye.
Corner of my eye.
And then the last one. An unexplained roar sound in the night.
Not ghost?
Why?
Because it's the boiler in the basement.
It was just your cat hacking up a hairball.
Perfection.
There you
Oh,
go.
man. It's just something silly at the end here
Yeah.
to liven up the
Way to go.
spooky mood. Something just goofy and dumb.
Yeah. So if we can take highlights, it's ghosts are not human spirits. They are demonic presences. And they should not be entertained or listened to.
Because they're not a friendly guest.
Correct.
So don't entertain them.
And if you are a believer in Jesus Christ, you have the light of Christ in your life. And the book of John, chapter 1, the Gospel of John, chapter 1, it talks about Christ is the light of men, and the light has come into the world, and the darkness cannot overtake it. So just remember that if you're dealing with what seems to be a haunting, take the authority you have in Jesus and expose that with the light.
And say, not today, Satan.
Yeah, and send it away. So, great. Well, this has been episode 55.
We have done this 55 times. 55 times now.
Yep. We talked about ghosts this week for creepy, spooky season. And
Tune in next week for episode 2 of Spooky Season 2025.
that's right. Yeah, that's all we got. So I guess Christ is Lord.
Every day Christ is Lord.
And every day the kingdom is now.
We are
The
saints that serve.
Sing me a song, you piano man. Ooh, sing me. I don't know. Just put a little ooh in it.
Any song is spooky when you put
When I was a young boy.
ooh.
Oh, man.